Not every petrolhead has the means to purchase a chic sports car of European or American origin, but we all want to experience the pure driving pleasure offered by such machines, don't we? Well, people like you and I obviously owe a lot of credit to Japanese automakers who've been making these joys accessible to the masses for several years now. Despite the increased labor and manufacturing costs, the land of the rising sun continues to give us plenty of fun and affordable rides to this day. If you're looking to quench your thirst for sporty thrills without breaking the bank, chances are at least one of those, old or new, will be on your bucket list. That being said, let's dive in and have a gander at 5 of our favorite budget-friendly Japanese sports cars for the model year 2023. Keep in mind, we've simply arranged our list from the lowest to the highest MSRP, so we're not saying any of the following entries is better than the other. All these vehicles are fantastic in their own right, and deciding which one to get really boils down to how much power you're after and, of course, the depth of your pockets. Kicking off today's agenda is Toyota's nifty fastback coupe, the GR86. Marketed as the Scion FRS in the United States between 2012 and 2016, then as the Toyota 86 until 2021, this thing is a lot more practical than other cars we'll soon discuss on account of having 4 seats. Kind of. It came to be known as the GR86 with the second generation's debut in 2021, adopting the Gazoo Racing initials to let everyone know it means business. The Tokyo Motor Show of December 2011 was when Toyota gave us a first glimpse of their spirited, fun-seeking 2+2 fastback. Entering production the following year as a 2013 model, the car then known as the FRS came with a 2-litre boxer engine good for up to 200 horsepower. Nowadays, this flat-4 displaces 2.4 litres and is capable of unleashing 228 horses at 7,000 revs, along with 184 pound-feet of twist right below the 4,000 RPM mark. Power is sent to the rear wheels via a 6-speed manual gearbox and a limited slip differential, enabling the GR86 to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.1 seconds. Responsive handling, near-perfect weight distribution, and a low center of gravity are a few of its other noteworthy attributes, which can be enjoyed while carrying more than one passenger and a decent amount of cargo. The lowest trim level available for 2023 is priced at $27,900, while the premium variant has an MSRP of $32,000 and features 18-inch matte black wheels, a 6-speed automatic, and heated front seats. There's also a 10th anniversary special edition in Toyota's lineup that costs just over 34,000 bones, offering an even juicier set of forged alloy 18 inches and high-performance catback exhaust plumbing, as well as a mesmerizing orange colorway called Solar Shift. Our next pick is a nameplate that's said to always be the answer, one you most certainly saw coming, the Mazda MX-5 Miata. There was no way of us making such a video without mentioning this iconic little 2-seater, which had first been introduced at the Chicago Auto Show back in 1989. The first-gen Miata drew stylistic influence from the Lotus Elan, and it was designed with Jinba Itai philosophy in mind. That basically means rider and horse as one, a principle clearly reflected on Mazda's light, compact, and nimble rear-wheel drive convertible. 4 generations and more than 30 years later, the same quintessential attributes defining the MX-5 are still very much alive, but its looks went from cute to downright sexy, and power grew significantly over time. Whereas the 1990 model came with a 1.6-litre engine making just 116 horsepower, the latest iteration can extract 181 ponies from its 2-litre Skyactiv G 4-banger. A 6-speed manual comes standard, and pricing starts at just over $28,000 for the base sport trim. Available as either a soft-top convertible or a retractable hardtop, the 2023 Miata is sure to put a big smile on owners' faces just like its predecessors. In a way, the third entry on today's list is a vehicle we've already examined because it's the GR86's twin on both a cosmetic and mechanical level. I'm obviously talking about the Subaru BRZ, which might be hard, at least for an untrained eye, to even be told apart from Toyota's offering. Well, if it weren't for those Subi badges in any case. The clearest visual differences can be spotted on the front fascia, in the side vents, grille, and headlight design. Powertrain specs are the same and so is the cabin layout, though I personally prefer the BRZ over its sibling when it comes to the general look of the interior. Anyhow, one other key distinction is to be found in the handling department. The way the suspension is set up differs, so the Toyota tends to be slightly more tail-happy and inclined toward oversteer, while the Subaru badged relative offers extra stability around corners. Steering is said to be a little heavier on the BRZ, but deciding between the two really boils down to which mark you like best. If you're a Subi boy or girl, there are a couple of trim levels for you to consider. With a starting price of $28,595 on the manufacturer's official website, the lower one is identified as premium because logic is just superfluous in our day and age. Should steering responsive headlights, heated front seats, and 18-inch fifth gears sound like your cup of tea, the limited version will provide exactly that for a little over $31,000. Right, the last two cars we'll be discussing are in direct competition with one another, and the first of them is the hyped Nissan Z put into production in April 2022. Known as the Fairlady Z over in Japan, this funky two-door coupe replaces the outgoing 370Z with styling cues that nod to the original Datsun 240Z introduced back in 1969. The world caught a first glimpse of Nissan's new fastback two-seater as of September 2020 when it appeared as the Z Proto concept in a premiere streamed globally from Yokohama. To many people's surprise, the vehicle's design remained largely unchanged when it hit the assembly line, but we were just as intrigued by what's in the engine bay. The Z flaunts a 3-litre twin-turbo V6 codenamed VR30DD-TT, which has 400 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque for you to play with. A 6-speed manual is standard equipment, but one may also opt for a 9-speed automatic to have this grunt delivered to the rear wheels. Top speed is electronically governed at 155 miles per hour, and a manual performance variant can reach 60 miles per hour from a standstill in 4.5 seconds. The said trim has a price tag just shy of 50 grand, justifying it with sweet add-ons like bigger brakes, 19-inch wheels, and an upgraded LSD, among others. At the other end of the spectrum, the sport version keeps the MSRP considerably lower at $40,000, though that's still a lot compared to the previous nameplate on this list. Nonetheless, the Z is more than worth the additional dough given what it brings to the table. Last but not least, the final portion of our video will be dedicated to yet another Toyota, and you've probably already guessed that I'm referring to none other than the GR Supra. With a predecessor like the legendary Mark IV and so many years separating the two generations, it was virtually impossible for this machine to please everyone upon its debut in 2019. The fact that Toyota initially committed the cardinal sin of only offering an automatic didn't help either, leading many to criticize the 5th gen Supra despite it being a great car. Perhaps pressured by the Nissan Z's arrival, the company got its act together, conjured up some good old common sense, and announced a manual option for the 2023 model year. Finally! Assembly takes place at the Magna Steyr plant in Graz, Austria, alongside the BMW Z4, with whom the GR Supra shares more than enough parts to give purists a heart attack. Two engine options are made available by Toyota, a 2-litre inline-4 and a 3-litre inline-6, both of which are turbocharged. The former comes with 255 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque on tap, while the latter is able to spawn a much sturdier 382 ponies and 368 pound-feet of rotational grunt. The entry-level Supra 2.0 can do 0 to 60 in 5 seconds, but its 3-litre counterpart will only require 3.9 ticks to accomplish the same speed. The longer-weighted 6-speed manual can be equipped solely to the larger powerhouse, and all this 6-cylinder goodness is worth $52,500. You'd be paying much less for the smaller mill, $43,540, though why would you even consider it when you could just get a cheaper GR86 instead? And well, that's that. Approaching the end of today's video, would like to know which of these amazing sports cars you would be most delighted to own, so do share your thoughts in the comment section below. Oh, and do you think the GR Supra should be further improved in order to avoid being overshadowed by the latest Z from Nissan? It'll be very interesting to see how things play out between these two in the coming years.